What is up, everybody? This is Eric for Rocket TV here. Welcome to some more Soul Hunters action today. We have a lot of stuff on the agenda. I'm going to be answering some questions that were posed to me in my message folder. We're going to do a little bit of Hall of Legends action, and I'll tell you a little bit about what's coming up on the channel. So let's go in here, just start it right off with some action. We'll try to fight Drago. Looks like we're in 5th place. Let's see if we can take it up a notch and get into first. You know, it's always a little bit luck based on Drago, but there's always a chance. So we're saying there's a chance. Alright, so let's go in there right in there with this group. And I am going to put it on auto. Not always the best idea, but I wanted to talk to you guys and answer some questions. So, first question. Got it all written down on my little piece of paper here. Ibrahim messaged me and asked, "Hi there, I am pretty new to this game and I like it very much. Just wanted to know from a veteran," okay, thanks for the thinking I'm a veteran, "which heroes I should focus on and which team comps are good in arena and stuff. Thank you." No, thank you, Ibrahim, for messaging me, and I will try my best to answer that for you. Alright, so first off, a lot of the starter heroes that you're going to start with, namely Elric, Gale, and Flora. Those are all very, very useful heroes, although they might not be the best, especially in Elric's case, and potentially now with Desmeon, maybe in Flora's case. They might not be the best at their job, but they're always going to be great, at least great at their job. So it's going to be a worthwhile investment to level them up and make sure that they're going to be a part of your core team. Elric in particular, you don't really get any other frontline tanks until a little bit later, whether you can pick up Tholen, who can kind of tank for you early. Number 5 again. Looks like we didn't get there. Alright, I'm just going to go right back in with the team here. Try this out one more time. Alright, so Elric will be good in, as an arena frontline tank, especially early, before frontline tanks aren't such a big deal, or maybe you even need a second one. Gale, she's always going to be a great DPS. You know, she has her silence. She is just an all-around outstanding character. Definitely upgrade her. And then Flora, great healer. As for the Crucible of Fire, which is where you go to get your gold, I would recommend that you either get Ariel, seeing as how magic damage teams are especially potent early on. Her AoE magic damage can almost carry your team if you have a really highly upgraded Ariel and you're near the top of your level bracket for your server. So I would recommend getting Ariel, or another great pickup, especially early on, is Tholen, as he can do a pretty dang decent job of tanking heroes early on in the levels, and he's going to pump out a ton of damage with his wolves, and once he gets the haste, I mean, that's just even more extra damage. So those are two great heroes that you can focus on from the Crucible. Ooh, just taking a look at the game here, and it looks like we're definitely up in the damage. Go auto battle, yeah. Awesome. Oh, come on, let's break 1.2. I'll come back to this question. just want to see. Gizmo's not going to quite get his second ult off, but still 1.2 million damage. Pretty awesome. Let's see where that gets us on the... Okay, number 2. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Hold that thought. Hold the thought on the Crucible of Fire heroes. Let's go in here. I'll see if I can find somebody who... Alright, Ken is not a guildmate, so let's try Ken. I've been enjoying using Awakened Arachna, which I'll talk about later, but did get Arachna completely awakened, and spoiler alert, she's a beast. So definitely somebody you want to potentially use in your teams. Let's see, throw in Riley, and we'll call this good. Okay, so we already talked about Crucible of Fire heroes. Another source of extra heroes, especially when you're early on, is the arena. And you can start getting, arena tokens or the arena currency from, I think it's level 10. So you can do that pretty much on your first day. And I would highly recommend getting Athera, although some people have had luck with Enrique and Hanzo. I personally don't use those characters, so I can't really vouch to their efficiency, but I know some people do well with them. However, Athera is gonna be a great addition to the team, so I mean, why don't you just use her? Otherwise, we have the guild shop, which opens up once you can start doing raids. And I would highly recommend getting Desmeon, and this is going to be kind of a weird recommendation, but Blood Spear. I know some people really like Slim. I mean, Slim's a great character, but I think Blood Spear brings a lot to teams. So he's somebody that I would potentially recommend. Also, you're going to probably get enough diamonds to do some 10 diamond chest pulls. So I would highly recommend doing about 2 10 diamond chest pulls to try to get some of those really lucky heroes like Gizmo or somebody like that to try and bolster out your team. Other recommendations from there, you're going to be wanting to farm soul stones for other heroes that you're going to see in the campaign, like maybe Musashi, Arachna, you know, there's just a ton of different people that you can focus on. However, especially early on, I would advise to go with more of a magic oriented team, as the magic teams tend to dominate the early arena. So hopefully that answers your question. If you have any more questions about what characters are good or what characters aren't, I do have a top 10 characters list already published, so check that out. I will be linking that in the annotations on the screen right now. Also, in the future this week, I'm coming out with another top 10 list, so keep your eyes peeled for that one, and we'll be going over 10 other, or maybe not other, but you'll see, just you'll have to watch the video, but 10 great characters to add to your team under specific circumstances. So you'll have to check it out. Let's get in here and load up the team, that way I can talk with you guys a little bit more. Other news, so hopefully that answers your question on the characters that you might want to go with early on. Also, keep a lookout for that top 10 characters video that I have out already, and the one that will be coming out later. Other news, the Arachna Awakening quest, finished that one, so I'll be posting a video on all the steps that you need to do, including recommended teams for any of the difficult stages and whatnot, and we will you'll be able to see how exactly to get through the Arachna Awakening quest. Also, I've been working on Tanya. Just so you know, I just don't feel comfortable putting out a hero spotlight on her yet. I want to give her a little bit more time. I think she's going to be a really great hero, but it's particularly difficult with frontline heroes when they're at 2 stars to give them, a fair shake, since survivability can be an issue. So it's tough to say whether survivability is just going to flat out be an issue with the character, which it very well might be, or if extra stars are going to actually make her usable. So I want to wait until maybe she's around 3 stars, or at least orange, fully geared, fully skilled out, and taking her on a lot of test drives to give her a good showing. Also, let's see. I also wanted to thank Ibrahim for posing that question to me. And if you guys have any other questions in the future, just let me know down in the comment section below, or you can send me a private message. Either way, if it's down in the comments and you want me to answer it on camera on one of the videos, then just start your message off with, "Hey, Rocket TV," and then I'll make sure to answer it on video, and hopefully I can get you guys some great tips and tricks and won't stare you too wrong. And I cannot guarantee that, but that is the hope. So hopefully that answers Ibrahim's question and gives you guys an idea of what you can do to maybe get some of your own questions answered. Hopefully you saw some more awesome Drago tips, even though that's the same team I've been using for a while. Get Leon, get Blood Spear, get Gizmo. The rest kind of fill in the dots. And other than that, let me know down in the comments below if you have any other questions. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching, guys. It really means a lot to me. I'm so glad that everybody keeps on coming back to watch more. You guys must be a little bit nihilistic, but thank you anyways. I've enjoyed our time together today, and until our next video, I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.